Breaking news coming in at the top of the bulletin here. The DMK is showing no signs of toning down its strident opposition to FDI in retail. Now, desperate outreach by the Congress party to woo back the ally DMK has apparently fallen flat after the Dravidian party stuck to its guns. Congress dispatched senior leader Ghulam Nabi Azad, remember, to meet Karunanidhi to try and placate him. Sources indicating that the DMK is unwilling to bail out the government if the FDI and retail move is debated under a clause of voting. DMK in all likelihood may abstain from vote on the floor of the House, which too will be a huge embarrassment for the government, already reeling under pressure of not bringing all allies on board on the decision that it makes. Now, the BJP and left are adamant, of course, on the debate, which culminates on voting. Now, speaking to reporters after his meeting with Karunanidhi, Ghulam Nabi Azad acknowledged that the DMK has a lot of reservations on FDI in retail. He also assured that the government of India will not force DMK or any state government to implement FDI in retail. The Congress leader indicated that all UPA allies will meet in a day or so, in fact, to try and formalize the stand. Deputy Editor Kartikeya Sharma now joins us for an input on the story. Well, trouble far from over for the Congress, it seems. Ghulam Nabi Azad and his visit, Kartikeya, not really turning out to be a success, it seems.
Yeah, partial success, because the mood within the government is that they should survive the vote and not probably think of winning it, because surviving would mean that every partner of UPA either abstain or choose not to come for the debate. Now, if they do that, the strength of the House goes down, and technically they'll have more votes. Because winning for the UPA would be that to bring either Mayawati or Mulayam with DMK on board, and they either get to vote or they speak in favor of the FDI. That would be the real win. Now, in this case, it's only about UPA which has the numbers, because what will happen is once it is put to vote, the government will not fall, but it will embarrass the government on account that your own alliance partners are not on board. So that's one issue. That is why the debate is being continuously postponed. So I would say that the real ticklish issue is not winning it, but to survive it in a way that does not eat into the credibility of the political dispensation. And especially, Kartikeya, you know, in the background of the TMC parting ways over the FDI issue as well. Just stay on for a moment. Shabir Ahmed has been tracking this meeting between, of course, the DMK chief and Ghulam Nabi Azad. He now joins us. Shabir, give us more details. What happened in this meeting? Ghulam Nabi Azad speaking to reporters, we understand, after the meeting as well, not giving too much away, but yes, saying that Karunanidhi indeed has reservations about FDI and retail, also was explicit in making them quite clear to the Congress envoy there.
Well, it was a 1.5 hour meeting between DMK chief Karunanidhi and Ghulam Nabi Azad, in which DMK leader has expressed his reservations on various counts, particularly on the issue of FDI in retail, because as far as the FDI issue is concerned, DMK has made it very clear from day one that they are opposing FDI in retail. So at this point in time, when it goes for voting, then it will be critical for the DMK to vote or vote for FDI or against. So it's a catch-22 situation for the DMK. So as of now, DMK sources have clearly indicated that they have not given any assurances to Ghulam Nabi Azad, particularly when it comes to voting, and they want another round of talks between like-minded parties and alliance partners, so that there can be a decision taken, a collective decision taken on this particular issue. So as of now, they have shared views. Both the leaders have shared their views. Ghulam Nabi Azad has tried to convince DMK chief to actually vote for the FDI, but DMK is in no mood to relent. They have made it very clear that they are not in a position to vote because of domestic compulsions. Here, AIADMK has made it very clear. Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha has already made it very clear that she will not allow FDI in the state, and if at all there is voting on the issue of FDI, and she will vote against it. So that becomes an issue for the DMK. If they support or abstain, then there will be then they will embarrass their UPA ally, being the second largest ally in the alliance. So that is something which the DMK cannot afford to do on the floor of the House. So it's a very critical and a crucial decision for the DMK to make. So they wanted all the alliance partners to sit down and discuss and then take a collective decision. As of now, there is no commitment from the DMK on the issue of voting on FDI.
Well, far from commitment, I mean, when you look at their earlier stand as well, Karunanidhi coming out and saying that I want there to be a suspense, it augurs well for the situation as well. So that's how embarrassing it at one point it became for the Congress government. And Karthikeya, it's just that the Congress also is aware of what is at stake here. Yes, the numbers may well be secure, but it's all about perception with the next general elections also looming large. This perception about the Congress never taking its allies on board, that's what it is battling at this stage.
You see, the real ticklish part of the issue is that the FDI as a policy, despite being passed by the cabinet, has not been implemented. So it's like a stillborn baby. You see, for the Congress to really benefit from the fruits of the implementation of FDI, it would have taken a year. Now, since they have decided to do it the fag end of the tenure, it means that you have a policy with a lot of fear attached to it without people actually tasting the fruits of it. And that's the reason why that most of the political parties have decided to take a anti-FDI view, because it evokes sort of fear in minds of a particular community in each and every state of entrepreneurs, traders, both on caste and economic lines, but they feel that their economies, little economies, would be wiped out by large retail chains. So that's the real issue, and the Congress in no way can go and say that, well, this is going to work for you or work for them, because the tangibility is not there on the ground, and that's what makes the problem more vexed.
Karthikeya, before I let you go, last question here as well. This is, there's also a sense in the government that is emerging that this may well be a useless and futile exercise, because when you look at the excitement in the industry as well, as far as these large retail sectors are concerned, there has been in many ways a deafening silence. There's not been too much excitement about, setting up the big mega stores here in India. Yes, Walmart, set to come as well. But where is the other noise? What is this happening for, Karthikeya?
You see, Sensex work on a different political rhythm, and if Sensex does well, doesn't mean that the economies or the little economies in India will do well. For example, making of a dam might help you in terms of Sensex, but doesn't mean a thing to the people who are displaced there. So I would say that Dr. Manmohan Singh is looking at two issues. One is in terms of foreign direct investment, which the country really requires. And another is the issue that technicality of it, which is that your own finance minister then gave assurance to the House that there should be a consensus. And that too on an issue on which the government at that point of time need not have given it, because for executive decision you don't require a consensus of the parliament.
Yes.
But it's a situation of their own making, and now every political party is taking Congress by their collar because of the commitment they chose to make in the House, and which was not actually required on their part.
So it is turning out to be a big predicament as far as the Congress party is concerned as well. The allies